Welcome to this video on how to build your own client avatar. So what do I mean by avatar? I'm sure you've seen the movie Avatar, where there is a whole world of blue characters that are avatars that have been designed for a specific purpose. So we're basically here really creating an image, an avatar of what your ideal client looks like. Why is it so important to know the avatar of your soulmate client? Well, because you want to be so clear on this client so that everything you do speaks to this person. It's so key to really understand them at a visual level, at a character level, and also how they operate with their boundaries, what's important to them, and how they are to you as a client. So I'm going to take you through this training, and it's going to help you really get clear on what an avatar is, how to unpack your avatar. I'm going to give you a bit of a breakdown in different areas that you can think about so that you can create your client avatar and write down in some notes what they look like. And then I will take you on a journey of how you can turn this into your own client soulmate vision board. How does that sound? So good. Let's get started. So how do you discover your perfect, most ideal soul clients, right? So I want to take you through why I've realized how important this is. Okay, so I'll quickly share a bit of my story and what it looks like when you are unclear about your soulmate client. So when I started my business, I knew from a lot of the advice I was seeing online when I was starting my business that you had to build a list, right? First thing you do, build a list, they say. So I went about just attracting people and running events. And my avatar at that time was just any woman who's an entrepreneur who wants to network, right? I hadn't really unpacked what I was going to offer. I knew I was a chartered accountant and I wanted to empower women around money and cash flow and help them really think about valuing themselves as a coach. However, I hadn't really niched down and been very clear with my avatar. And so what happened in 12 months, I grew my Facebook group to 1,200 members. I was very good at growing the group, running events, speaking in front of 20 to 30 to 65 people, right? And when I did speak, I had people come up to me and want to work with me. But really, in the end, I sat back and looked at the benefit versus time and cost. And I realized that my model was not really dialed in. I would have expected from a group of 1,200 members, I would probably have 20% clients in there, but that just wasn't the case. I was really struggling with getting these people who I was nurturing and investing so much time and energy into to actually want to buy anything from me. It was then that I realized that I actually had, with my very diluted avatar, attracted a lot of people to my network that were never, ever going to buy from me. They came with their own ideas and nothing was very clear. So it was then that I really decided I had to get super clear on my avatar. And I decided I only wanted to work with women who wanted to launch a business, who had some expertise behind them, and they wanted the business strategy mapped out for them. And I was only willing to work with women who would invest thousands of dollars in mentoring, right? So I went out to my warm network and I did find 5-6 people who would want to pay the $2,500 that I was charging for my 4-hour strategy sessions. But I'm saying to you, if I had learnt my lesson and got clear on my avatar, I could have shortcut that whole process and started making 10K months way earlier. So today I want to help you overcome that struggle and get super clear on your soulmate clients so that, one, you attract them in everything you do. How you speak, how you open your webinars, how you post to social media, how you're so super clear on what their struggles are and how you are the person to solve it for them. Are you ready? I'm excited. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is to really start with a deep dive focus of your avatar. We want to really move you from that mindset of you're only going to do time for value services or just work in the old way. And we really want to shift your mindset to you serving at a very deep level people who have had problems that you have had or experienced, and you have solved them. So this is where knowing your story and seeing what struggles you've overcome and how you overcame them and then teaching that to others is a good way for you to monetize your gifts. So when you're thinking about the struggle you overcame, I would like you to think back maybe a year, 2 years, just a few steps behind where you are now, and who were you at that point? That is the avatar we want to start unpacking, right? You want the person who is a few steps behind, who is ready, who has suffered enough, ready to take on the change. All right, so I'm going to take you through a process of how we do this. So the first step is I want to talk you. So this webinar, so who is this for? This is for entrepreneurs looking to get out of burnouts and those done for you services and to finally step into their soul work through deep dive coaching. This is also for financial coaches or personal development coaches who are stuck with not being seen in the sea of competitors and they really feel invisible. So by finding out their soulmate clients, they will know who needs them. And this is also for anyone who is looking to pivot, to align their business with their soul and get into money flow fast by doing what they love. If this is you, then listen in. I'm going to take you through the strategy. And the first step is creating your soul client avatar. So in this formula, I'm going to take you through how to identify this. And I have also prepared a beautiful download for you that you can access to help you unpack your client avatar. And I'll also share in that download an idea of a client soulmate vision board for you. And I also have a beautiful Canva template that I'll share with you that you can create your own virtual client avatar. It's going to be so exciting. So the first thing I want you to do is just really start visualizing that soulmate client, okay? How you want to feel working with them. It's really important, I think, to really focus on the experience of working with your soulmate clients. This is why I like to think about their values, their boundaries, for me, are so much more important than their age, where they live, all those, like minor details. I can tell you my clients are from a variety of industries. They have a variety of situations in life. But the one thing that they share is their value system, right? So the first phase we focus on is their value system. So what does this look like? Well, I like to start thinking about first, what are the red flags and what are the deal breakers for me, right? Because for me, it's easier to start with that and then build on that idea. So red flags, okay? And we're going to switch this over. So first, a red flag to me would be someone who just wants something for free, right? A red flag for me is someone who's not willing to invest in their own problem solving. A red flag for me is someone who comes to me and starts complaining about a previous coach, right? Often that shows to me that they're not taking ownership of their own personal development. Someone who comes to me who has no financial means to actually invest, right? I have to run a business. I don't run a charity. And so that's another red flag for me. I need people who have at least some financial means to invest in their problem solving. So those are the red flags. So those are really easy for you to start with. So when you think about red flags in a relationship, right? With your partner, is a red flag your partner starting to look at other coaches or other partners? Is a red flag your partner maybe getting too friendly with someone else? Is a red flag your partner relying on you financially to support him, right? Is a red flag your partner wanting you to lead everything and not contribute equally? Okay, so that's how you can think about it in a soulmate sense. You want your soul clients to be like your best friend, right? Your soulmate friends. So in doing this, it's so important that one, they have a readiness to ascend, they're ready to invest in themselves, and they also take ownership of their development, okay? So those are the red flags that we switch over to our green flags. The next phase is boundaries, right? So I want to see that my clients have integrity, to show up on time, to do what they say they will do. And a lot of this shows up in the lead up to the first sales call or the application process. So if you start finding that you're communicating with someone online and they just drop away and they don't get back to you and it's just this long drawn out process, then they're probably not your soulmate client, right? So this is why it's really good to get to know the boundaries. It will stop you attracting and going further with people who are not your ideal client, okay? One, do they have integrity? Do they do what they say? Two, do they have commitment to actually doing the work, right? I like to look at what they've done previously. Have they invested in a coach? How much have they invested in their personal development? Because that shows me that they have ascended to that level where they value coaching and mentoring, right? And three, are they coachable? I like to test this out in the first few conversations. If I'm meeting someone with a DM or jumping on a call, I like to give them a little bit of feedback and see how coachable they are. Because there's absolutely no reason to work with someone if they won't actually take on board coaching and start adjusting and taking on a new way of thinking and applying the strategies. Okay. Lastly, phase 3 is all about the values. Now, this is what people mainly teach about when you think about a soulmate avatar. People normally go straight to this, right? But I've given you the first two because I know the experience of working with this person is more important. The value systems, the red flags are more important than actually their personal situations. But it does help in your social media branding for you kind of to have a bit of an idea of these elements, right? So what is her personal situation in life? Is she married? Is she single? Does she have kids? What are her visions, right? Does she have a vision of applying spirituality in her life? Does she use rituals every day? Is she always, doing personal development to improve her life? Is she loving travel? Is she focusing on herself first and really making sure that she has a full cup to be able to, contribute to others. These values are important to me too, because there's no point working with someone if their cup is empty and you can't add to that cup. They have to at least have rituals and routines in their life to manage their energy. And it's not up to me to teach them how to do all that, because that's a whole nother course, a whole nother area. So although I do focus on energy and money and vibrations, they have to at least have some acknowledgement of how to manage their energy, because when they're taking on launching a business and expanding their mindset, the success is going to come from them already having that balance and then adding to it and being able to run, being able to elevate at a faster rate. And so for me, ultimately, I want my clients to get the most success. And I only really want to work with clients who have that level of foundation. If you notice that you've attracted someone who is completely burnt out, who really is in trauma, or who is so desperate for a situation to be changed, then this is the point, this is the part where you've created like free content that you can direct them to that free content, right? But do not take on a client for free and invest your own time and energy into someone who is in trauma. Okay, so this is why it's so important for us to really acknowledge that, yes, we have a bigger mission and we want to help women around the globe to elevate and to get out of scarcity to solve their problems. But you are not a martyr. You're not a charity. So make sure you do have some, free content that you can refer people who are really in that situation, but also know that there's a certain level that you'll start working with someone. Okay. So I hope this has helped you to get clear on, one, the values of your soulmate client, and also the type of person that takes up that avatar. Now I'd love you to sit back and really visualize, jump on Google and start typing in the keywords and elements for the soulmate client. Start collecting your images, anything that you see that really resonates with the type of person that you're looking for. Are they spiritual? Are they corporate? Are they, a mum who's running a business from home and she's got multiple things going on? Is she a leader and she's got a big network? For me, I love working with women that I can already see are in a leadership role, or they have taken the steps to elevate to that level. Yes, because it is an ascension, right? And where I want to work is with women who are at that level of ascension, not down here. So down here is where the free programs and the automated online courses sit, and where I want to work is up here, right? So this is why it's so important to know your avatar. So go and find your images, go and type in all your keywords and start collating all those images. And then when you download the beautiful playbook, you'll get access to the Canva template and also an example of my soul client vision board. And you'll be able to then start taking this information, these images, and actually produce your soulmate vision board. I'm so excited for you. Really do take the time and space out, give yourself some time to do this, and really set the intention of how important this is. Because I literally sat down last week with one of my new clients and I was talking to her about getting clear on her soulmate client. And I called up the Soulmate Vision Board and it just hit me that my new client had all the elements of that soulmate vision board. Like, it just really hit home for me how important it is to get so clear, because then you do resonate, you do speak to that level, you're very clear in your content, You show up in a different way because you're really speaking to that one person. I hope you've enjoyed this masterclass and I look forward to your comments. Make sure you share your soulmate vision boards with me. I'd love to see them, and have a great time with this. And I'm so grateful that I was able to share this information and really help you break through and get clear on this. And I will absolutely say that by knowing this, you will start energetically attracting your soulmate clients.